true. This love is for you, beloved, beloved. So where would I go now? When you show me I'm motionless, and what could be rejected here in this vast emptiness? This life is for you, only for true. This life is for you, beloved, beloved. Here I am, like dust under your feet, the most sacred space of all. Such a sweet discovery, to see the walls of illusions fall. 'Cause I cannot die, I cannot die, this I cannot die, beloved, most beloved. This life is for you, only for you. This eye is truth, beloved, beloved, most beloved.
Beloved, all that you perceive is transient, is passing. But you are the unchanging one, timeless and perfect. Rid yourself of all delusions and come lay down here in silence of me. For unlike time, you are not passing. You are the formless within all forms, silence and stillness, inside all movements, time and nature. Arise into the fullness of your real nature as the unchanging self, the goal and source of being. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho. Lord, you are the only one that brings light upon this world. You are vaster than space, so infinite, so all-pervading. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Shiva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho. No one can find you, the source of all that is. No one can see your face. This is the timeless one. This is amazing grace. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho Mahadeva Shambho 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 Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho.
Thank you, Ram. Thank you. I know that first time it can be a bit nerve-wracking to be the moderator. Actually, I was looking for you and I couldn't find. Then I saw my photo is there. Namaste everyone. A very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. So before I forget, I must remind everyone that during the time that Guruji's retreat is on, we have Satsang at this time every day. We do not have the later, the evening one. All the weekdays we have Satsang at this time, which is 11 a.m. India time. That's what we decided. In the Hangout, you can ask questions or say something by unmuting your mic. And on YouTube chat, you can post your question over there and we will look at them. Yes, Amaya. This is a good point. Amaya says, how about Guru Purnima Friday, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., Father? On Friday, we have only at 5 p.m., which is special Guru Purnima celebrations at Radhana's house. So we go over there. And that is the only broadcast on Friday. It's good you reminded me. What if you never made another conclusion about anything at all? Huh? No more conclusions. No more endings to stories. No more beginnings to new ones. Nothing to judge. Nothing to contemplate. Huh? No conclusion about anything. What are our conclusions about? That something is happening here, that is, something is happening to me, or something is happening outside, something is happening in front of me. What if both of these are irrelevant? Now, what can we speak from here? Because we've been waiting for many conclusions, especially in the spiritual seeming journey. We're waiting for a conclusion that it must come to an end. And the end conclusion must be this enlightened state or the thoroughly disappointed state that all this stuff is rubbish. Those are the two conclusions which the mind is waiting for, isn't it? To come to the conclusion that this is all true and I will be an enlightened person soon, or to come to the conclusion that I tried and I saw, but all of this ultimately does not work for me and I give up. I lost the battle for freedom. Yeah. So either the victor of the battle for freedom, you want to be the glorious last man standing, or you want to say that I just lost. For 20, 30, 40 years I was a spiritual seeker and then I just gave up because it doesn't work. You see. And we're waiting for either of these conclusions to happen. What if it did not work like this at all? What if there is no glorious end to this story? What if you're really not going to get anything by being in satsang? Yeah. How does it feel like this? Because you're so used to getting, wanting. Something. Every situation is what's in it for me, including satsang. And this can lead to all sorts of trouble. Because sometimes you come to satsang, in the energy field of satsang, you find so much peace and bliss. Yes, I figured it out. I figured the cheat code to life. Just be in satsang and peace and bliss are yours. And then next day you come to satsang and only irritation is coming. Because all the words are sounding like nonsense. You're getting no attention also. So it's all irritating. It's just, okay, the first satsang, he was informed. This one, it's really not working. See, with every situation in life, with our parents, with any relationship, especially in work, what's in it for me? What is the value that I got from this interaction? But if you are full already, if already you were full, you had a treasure chest which was full, then would you go around begging in every interaction? Would not, isn't it? So the pointing in satsang is to find your true treasure, which is your own presence. Nothing can change this presence. No state is even relevant. Then we lose our wanting eyes. You see, the wanting. Also the wanting to understand. Have I understood this or not? That's why I say it is not the understanding which I'm looking for. At least not the conceptual understanding which I'm looking for. I'm just looking that we come, we sit together here, some sharing happens from here. All that is to be done is to check whether it is same. When you check, that's all actually. Is it not exactly the same when I check? I'm not so interested in what you think about it and what words you're using to describe it, or what feelings are coming up. So sometimes it can seem very harsh, and we see very often like this, isn't it? In the interaction, the questioner seems to be crying, and on the other side, there's only laughter. Just coming in. Someone coming to satsang for the first time will wonder, is there no compassion here? If somebody is crying so much, and what's really happening is just you're laughing in response. We should have exit surveys before someone leaves satsang midway on YouTube and say, so what happened? What bothered you? It can be things like this. That this one, this old lady, she came and she was crying, 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 and all he was doing was just smiling at her and laughing. It can seem strange like this, isn't it?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Just kind of like something that the mindfulness, like some, or I don't want to say who was, but you're really on it. But like someone is in Satsang and then they're like really into it.
Yeah.
And then you said to them, this will all be over in a couple of days. And then the mind comes and he said that it would be over and it's not over. So like I don't just the way
A couple of days. He does not speak the truth. I don't speak the truth. I wish the truth could be spoken so we could just speak it and this would be over. We could just speak the truth. It can be like this, anything, it can be that just the way I respond sometimes, just it does not match our expectation of what my living should be. This is what I do. If I have designated someone to be my guru, then he better be just at least better be full of humor. Better speak only the truth. Have no feelings at all. Should not need any rest or sleep. It's a normal expectation that we have, isn't it? All of this checklist, and then if I find that these were there, then I will say, you are worthy. You are now worthy of my guru. I know this, and I'm not saying it derisively because this is how it functions here also. When they did all the shopping and say, okay, this one I'm going to try for a while. This one, they can do anything like this. I used to have these questions. I would go to the master, and it feels so silly now, but I remember all these things. I would go to the masters and say that if I am the creator of this illusion, then why can't I control what appears right now? Then I remember Swami Tejomanand-ji, who's the head of the Chinmaya mission, answering and saying that you're confusing the small mind and the big mind. So it is the big mind, which he meant consciousness, which is then manifesting all of this. But the small mind is looking at it personally or something like this. I'm paraphrasing. And what he said made no sense to me. So I said, no, this one. There is actually rarely anything more arrogant than a seeker. There's rarely anything more. It pretends to be so humble, like, touching feet and then saying, okay, now I have a trump card question for you. And then if you answer this well, you cleared the exam and you are now worthy enough to be my teacher. It's okay. This game is also enjoyable. It's fun to watch.
Father?
Yes, my dear, come.
I'm new to this satsang, and actually I messaged you yesterday on Facebook that I was nervous and all in the hangout. Right now I'm also nervous. My hands are sweating, and I don't know what's happening.
It's good like this, no? We see some of this, and we see it is appearing many. I don't find anybody who comes up first time and is not a little bit nervous, the heart is beating fast. All these things happen. But if we welcome it, we say, yes, this is okay. Because what is happening? We have a certain self-image that we want to project, isn't it? We want to project a certain self-image, and when we're there, the body is actually quivering a little bit. What do they think about me? Yeah? The self-image gets attacked a little bit in this process, but it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. If you could just burn this entire image we have of ourselves and have no fear. If everyone feels that I'm the most nervous person on the face of this earth, does it really matter? If he feels that I really do not understand anything which is being shared in Satsang, does it really matter?
Yes.
It matters.
Yes.
So we can find this is good. So at least honestly you say yes, it matters. So can you identify the one to whom it matters? Does it matter? Let's go together. Does it matter to the body?
Mm.
Doesn't matter to the body. Then what's next?
But these thoughts keep on troubling, like judge, like someone on the other end is judging, like so many people. I don't know, is it mind or something, but then I get lost in it, and peace. Then I get alone into my space, into my room or something. Then peace comes and all. Uh, then it happens naturally.
It's very important to remember that peace is a beautiful byproduct. The state of peace which you are speaking of, which is coming and going, this state of peace is a beautiful byproduct, but is not the main course. So then have no attachment towards peace also, and have no aversion towards this noise, this quivering. Don't resist any of this. So you say very well that these thoughts come. Don't know whether it is the mind or not. So the way that we define the mind is just as Bhagavan said, it is a bundle of thoughts. And we say a bundle of thoughts and similar energies like memory, imagination, all of this we call the mind. See? So because you are new here in Satsang and we have not shared the ATM example for quite a few days, I will give you a simple pointing which can make all of this a lot lighter. This seems very heavy right now. It will seem a lot lighter if you just contemplate this simple pointing. So the mind is a misery machine. The mind is a misery machine. This bundle of thoughts is anytime misery. The ATM is anytime misery. Now, how do you attract misery from this misery machine? How do you extract the misery from this misery machine? Yeah. So, what you have to do, I will tell you first how to be miserable. So, to become miserable, you wait for a thought to come. Wait for the thought to come. The first step you have to do is give your attention to the mind. So, you put your ATM card in, which is attention to mind card. So, you give your attention to the thought. But what you will find is just by giving this attention to mind, you're not yet miserable. There's something else which is missing. You see? And this is your PIN, your personal identification, which we call the belief. So first you give attention, and then also you give it belief. So the thought can come, oh, all these people will think I'm really silly. And attention can go to this thought. But till you say, yes, this is true for me, this is meaningful for me, till that point you will not be able to extract misery from this thought. Now, the minute you give it your belief, this misery is yours. And it's an endless supply, you see. It's an endless supply of misery. So this misery machine has an endless supply of misery. You have to put your ATM card in, which is attention to mind, and your personal identification, which is your belief. Now you will see, most often what people say is, but both these things are happening automatically, isn't it? Huh?
No, I think I'm consciously believing these thoughts. I want to believe these thoughts because I think these are helping me.
These are
Uh,
helping you.
yes.
This is exactly what I mean when I say that we give meaning. These thoughts, we feel that they are meaningful. You see? So what you must see, like play with this for some time. You must play with this for some time. In the last many years, you've given attention and belief to a lot of thoughts. You see? So a few we can afford not to give our belief to. Nothing will happen. They don't run out, you see. Thoughts don't run out. So you just play with it and you see what happens if I don't believe my next thought. What happens if I don't believe my next thought? And like this, I know that there can be a little bit of defrosting that needs to happen, but you will find that without believing my next thought, I find it impossible to suffer. And all of these thoughts, they are promising me the end of my suffering. Just make enough money and you won't suffer. Just get the best relationship, you won't suffer. Just come to the right satsang and you won't suffer. Just ask the right question in satsang and you won't suffer. See, all of these are thoughts which are believed in. Have they brought us to the end of our suffering? No. You see? So now you try playing it my way. You play it my way for some time and then tell me if it works or not. Just very simply, don't resist anything. Don't try to avoid attention from going to it. Be completely open. Let all thoughts come and go. We are not fearful of our thoughts anymore. And to manage our belief is very simple. To believe our next thought is very simple. But there will be some thoughts which are your trump card thoughts, which form the basis or the root of your identity. You see? So these thoughts you will feel automatically belief is going. Automatically I ended up picking up this thought. So for these thoughts, you bring them into the inquiry. You see? So if the thought is, yes, it matters to me what others think about me. It matters to me what others think about me. Can we bring this thought into the inquiry and say, who is this me to whom this thought is important? Who is the me to whom it is important what others think? Can we find this one? And once you start into the inquiry of this, then don't leave it midway. Don't change the question for another question. See for yourself whether there is a me that is concerned about what others think. And then you can report what you found. You can report now also. If you find that there is a me here, we already said that it is not the body which is concerned about what others think. So who, if it is not the body, then who is this me?
can't find.
Couldn't find this me. And yet, just because the thought was there, that I hope they don't think badly of me, just because the thought was there and we gave it belief, we were being miserable. This suffering was coming. But now when we look, we find I can't find the me. Who is concerned by this self-image? We cannot find this me. So when you don't find the me, can you believe the story of the me?
So where is it? The story always keep troubling. I can't find me, but who is? Why is this keep troubling? For whom?
There are two parts to this question. Why it is troubling you is because it is still getting your belief. It cannot trouble you without your interest and your belief. For whom it is coming will be a discovery that we will come to very soon. Once you are clear that there is no individual person here which is called the me, there is no one who has the label Tarun, then very quickly we can see what is present here already, what is truly present here. You see? So I don't want to give you too many words right now because it will all become a mishmash. So for now, I've given you the master key to come to the end of suffering. Then, who came to the end of suffering is a simple question that we can answer. Don't go there. If you keep going there, then it'll keep creating some more stuff, you see. So, I can tell already that the mind has some responses ready and it is saying yes, yes, but, or oh, I see, or something, whatever it is just another thought. And what is the master key? The master key was don't believe your next thought. And it's okay that something can feel a little unsettled. It can seem like it's in limbo. You see, I don't know, because I'm so used to referring to my mind for everything. It seems strange. So if I don't believe my next thought, what am I supposed to do? How will my life continue? That's why I said you play with this, and you will find that life continues without any sense of personal doership, without any sense of burden. You will find that this freedom is just life expressing itself, and it is moving on its own. You see? Very happy to have you in the hangout, and I hope to see much more of you. I like it very much when someone comes and says, I say, does it matter? Does it matter what others think about me? And someone says, yes. I like it very much. Very, this integrity, this honesty is very beautiful. Yeah.
I had this contemplation like 2 days back. There's only one line that came. Effort is suffering.
Effort is suffering.
That's it. Your body is here by default.
Yes.
It's just ease.
Yes. And you can define this effort a little more. When you say effort is suffering,
Yes.
one is that I'm picking up this glass of water to drink.
Not that effort.
Hmm.
It is happening automatically.
Yes.
The effort even try to become free, to understand, to become self, to attain the self-realization is something else.
So then, in your way, it is that it is the sense of personal doing or personal effort which is suffering. Anything personal is suffering, basically. Anything from a personal perspective is just suffering, even if momentarily it feels like it is not.
Internal effort is something, not the external.
Yes.
The body is doing something, it's happening automatically. It's okay. Internally, we try to control the change or to attain something.
Exactly.
Even spirituality is also something.
Yes. 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 Big time.
Just be internally is
Seeking is suffering. Okay, Gurmeet sent some questions which are translated. So the question is, I try to do inquiry, but now I can't do it. I can't control my anger and don't know why I'm constantly in an angry mood. This also, so there can be this misconception that to do the inquiry we must be in a state of peace, in a state of calm or something like this. But actually, if anger is coming, this is also good. We can use this as fuel for our inquiry. So we can ask ourselves, the simplest question is we can ask who is getting angry. We can start with this question, who is getting angry? You say, I'm getting so angry. Who is this one? Huh? And then as you deepen in this question, you can also ask that this anger seems to be appearing, but who is the me that is touched by this anger? Can I find the individual? Can I find the me that is affected by this anger? So everything which is appearing can be used as fodder for your inquiry. Don't let anything convince you that this is not the right time for inquiry. And then you say, nowadays I also don't know what's suddenly been happening with my body. My hands and feet are feeling very strange kind of pain. So same, whatever is appearing you can use for the inquiry. You can say, who is suffering from this pain? Can I find the sufferer? Not with any expectation that the pain should go away, just to see the pain and to see who is suffering from this pain. Is there a sufferer of the pain? So don't go with the presumption that just because there is pain or just because there is frustration or there is anger, therefore there must be the sufferer. That is just a presumption. Identify this one. We identify this one. So you stay with your inquiry, and it is also very often seen that once inquiry starts, then sometimes everything seems to become noisy around us. It could be the body becomes painful, it could be that a lot of pent up emotions start coming up, it could be that our relationships start going up and down, it could be that new relationships appear. All this is very natural in this play to happen. But use everything that is appearing to go deeper into the inquiry of who am I? And the mind will try to convince you that what is meaningful right now is to just stay with these thoughts and sort this out. Inquiry can wait. See, that's what it says. Let's first sort this out. Inquiry can wait. Freedom can wait. Ananta is not going anywhere. Every day, no, Satsang. It's okay. Why do we have to worry about it? Let's focus on getting all this stuff sorted, and then it might just happen that with this, it seemed like something small. You picked it up, and it was actually the tail of a lion. And the lion started running, and you were far from inquiry, very fast. So even the most humble, the most practical, the most well-meaning, well-sounding, well-dressed thought, you don't need to go with that. God does not need a thought to run your life. Actually, it is His life. Dana says, seeking God everywhere is my first love in duality. Yes. It starts with this, isn't it? That we are seeking something which is beyond just this day-to-day phenomenal. This longing can be there. But then what happens is, even after we find that I am that which is aware of this presence of being which is here, I am that which is aware of the presence of God Himself, even then we continue to seek something. And we cannot even define what it is we are seeking, because seeking itself has become a habit. It's like yesterday someone very beautifully was asking, so now that I found that I am this, I'm paraphrasing, but now that I found that I am this awareness and consciousness is present, I am aware of the presence of consciousness. Should I drop the seeker identity? I said, yes, please. And Jerome said, no, Father, we are not taking this in a cheap way. I love you, Father. What he means is because I'm here every day. You're not commoditizing satsang. Yeah.
Still a bit confused.
Yeah.
So yesterday when I was in the session, it was like I had a 2-hour session
Ah.
and it was particularly excruciating,
Yeah.
and I had this anger come up
Yeah.
because of what you say about this being what do you say?
Nobody's suffering from the pain.
No, like it's entertainment.
Okay.
And I was like, who's finding this like entertaining? And then all these thoughts started to come up because it said, okay, I'm on this table undergoing this thing because this happened, this, like all these things led to that. But later, I had there's a moment when it just felt like actually everything that happened, everything was just how it was meant to be. Like I couldn't have done anything to avoid, because I was thinking, oh, what could I have changed, done differently that would have meant I wasn't having this experience. But I realized there was this moment, this brief moment where like there's nothing that could have happened that would have changed it. It was just how it's. And then yesterday you asked me whether I see about me not being here, whether I truly see it. And I don't know, because I feel like maybe it's still mental understanding. I see it when I look, like a process of deduction. There is no tangible me.
When you look, is it a process of deduction?
I feel so.
Okay.
Because part of me is convinced there maybe was a me in the past who screwed things up.
For me, yes.
So I feel that because it's very different when there was that glimpse where it felt like everything is happening in front of me and there's no one is happening to.
Yeah.
In that moment, it didn't feel like I had to look because it was there. But when you say, "Oh, can you find me?" I feel like I'm looking.
Yeah.
It's like a mental looking and like, oh, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not this, I'm not this. So therefore, there is no me.
Yeah.
But
You
I'm
look
still
at
convinced that there might have been a me.
that exclude things up for me. So is it might have been, or is there still this me? For which things got screwed up?
I think the confusion is because when I look, there's no tangible me,
Yeah.
so then it's like, okay, well,
It might have been in the past, but now that I'm in Satsang, it just vanished.
and yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. Or there is not the clarity that there was never. It was okay now, yeah, I can't find a tangible me, but I cannot say, oh yeah, there was never a me.
So first, I liked very much your point about entertainment. She has these painful sessions with the doctor, so it's very obvious that this angle can come about this. What's your favorite movie? What's a movie that you liked? Have you seen a movie? I've not seen one for a long time. You really don't get entertainment, do you?
Okay, I like the Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang Theory is a show.
The movie.
Yes. Is there a book of fiction that you enjoyed sometime?
I haven't read a book in like
Okay, we'll go around. What's your favorite movie?
Many.
Huh?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
To name one.
Yeah. Or two or three.
I mean, I like many movies. So this Bajrangi Bhaijaan, I
Bajrangi
love that
Bhaijaan.
also.
Very good. Hmm?
Two.
Huh?
थोड़ा सा रोमांचक हो जाए.
Okay, I've not seen.
Very nice of beat.
Huh?
And Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless.
Okay, love that one. Favorite movie? Is this what you come and do in Satsang?
I like this question.
This I can answer.
There is this 100 feet journey.
Yes, yes.
Other than Mahabharata.
Mahabharata. No favorites?
Is it Zindagi nominated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Save the last dance.
Save the last dance for me. Okay.
Not favorite. I know I can't say favorite.
There are many.
Huh?
There are many.
Many.
Andas apna.
Andaza.
And Inception.
Inception.
It's an obvious favorite movie. But I like watching animations.
Like which one?
Like, well, the last one I saw was Inside It.
Inside. Oh, you saw it?
I saw it.
Oh, I should have come with you.
No, I didn't see it in the cinema. I saw it
Okay.
before I came here. And I just
Okay.
came. It's good. And there's lots of things in it when I was watching it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking these are very Satsang and I'd like to say them, but I can't remember them.
Who else wants to share their favorite movie? Let's see on YouTube. Forrest Gump. Into the Wild. Adeline, is it Adeline? Blade Runner, Prince of Persia, Crazy Wisdom, Sands of Time,
Another Iranian
Iranian
close
one.
up. It's called close up.
Not the one with the shoes, the kids,
No, that's Children of Paradise.
Children of Paradise.
This
Not-
one's that was very good.
Right.
This one's not recently. Hossein Malbouf.
Mine I have two. One is both have very similar names actually. One is Life is Beautiful, and the second is It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
Both of them I love very much. Matilda, Jane says Matilda. Okay, so what's my point? Let's see.
It's Satsanga. She should watch all these.
Chitra says my point is to tell Satsanga to watch movies. Maybe that's one of them. Let's see what else is here. Sands of Time, Free, Birdman, yes. Andaz Apna Apna, Face Off, Lord of the Rings, Groundhog Day, yes. 2001 Space Odyssey, Into the Wild, Lord of the Rings, old classic. And after saying yes, what's your point? You'll find that, at least for me, in my both of these favorite movies, they would not have been that entertaining, that touching, if the pain was taken out of them. In Life is Beautiful, for example, it was not a concentration camp. It was just a painless place where father and son were bonding. Then I feel the heart of the movie would have been taken out of it. Also, It's a Wonderful Life. If you didn't face all those challenges, I don't know whether you've seen.
I've seen the
Life is Beautiful.
The picture I have of that is the father being killed in the kid was in the box.
Yeah.
That is your
So my point is that in all of these, in most of these, there are times where we subjected ourselves to this movie, to this entertainment, and we say this is so good. Like Bajrangi Bhaijaan, also my family and I, it's a Hindi movie which we just saw, and throughout my in-laws were there and they were also crying. I was watching all of them, so pain was there in this movie. So we subject ourselves to this. Then we enjoy it and we say that this was entertaining. And then
Because we come to the happy ending.
we come to no, but also tragedies. Romeo and Juliet. So many people say we love tragic movies.
But you're out of the pain, and when you
Yeah.
as a happy ending, then the pain is fine.
Yeah,
Then you have clarity, you're seeing that
Yeah.
you're not in it.
yeah. But if the movie is completely unrelatable, then also it's not entertaining. You have to be able to relate to the character. You have to feel like it's me. Then we find it entertaining, isn't it? But if the movie is something about aliens, and it's not relatable. It's about a love story of some aliens which we can't even recognize who the protagonists are. Then we cannot crazy examples, but it has to be relatable. You see, it must feel like this could happen to me. So in this realm, in this entertainment movie, it's really the creator has worked it out. I really feel like it's happening to me. And then how do you realize it is entertainment? Then you discover that it is not happening to me. That's all that we are saying in Satsang all the time.
That's the happy ending.
That is the entertainment. That is when we can call it entertainment. Till we are crying. That time we don't call it entertainment. We might say, oh, I love this movie so much. And cry. We don't say it's entertaining. When it's over and we're walking out from the hall, then we say, oh, this was a lot of fun. This is great. So when you discover that it is not happening to anyone, it is not happening to me specifically, then you might agree with me in terms of this Leela being entertainment. In fact, the word Leela has this connotation of entertainment also. But all our movies that have become classics, all the books which we really enjoyed, all the stories have had an element of pain. Of course, you might say, what is the scriptwriter thinking in my movie? Only all I experience all the time is pain. Maybe it is quickly bringing you to this strong inquiry that there is no me that is experiencing this pain, although it might seem very strong. It's just a energetic movement which is happening to nobody. We'll come to the second part also. You had this question, which was maybe there was a me in the past and I don't.
Or the fact when you say, is there a me now, like the mental deduction.
Yes, we'll come to look at this. But Samek wanted to.
I was just wondering, so another aspect of loving, liking a movie
Yes.
is also that there seems to be a sense of conclusion.
Yes.
That kind of goes back to
Yeah.
the building of this sense. So, what am I missing?
Also, yes. What if the discovery that there is no conclusion is the best conclusion? You see, a lot of these indie filmmakers have started making movies where the end is left to the audience. They leave it at a point and
I'm
then
sure that I couple of those.
yes.
I don't like that.
Inception. Yeah. It's in our nature, in personal being a person, in this identification, that the story should have a happy ending,
Or some ending.
some sort of conclusion. But then when we realize that there is nobody here that needs to have a conclusion or has a life story, it is not my story to begin with, then it is like one of those new independent movies. If you have to be evolved enough to understand it.
There's also a lot of French kind of arty
Yeah.
movies that they just end,
There is-
like, and it's
Yeah.
just it's just really just enjoying the movie.
Yeah.
And there is no end in it, and they're not even
Yeah.
suggesting anything. It's over. And it's like,
They call it the slice of life movies. So when you have this genre called slice of life, it's just like watching someone for a year in their life. It doesn't have a conclusive ending. It just life continues, but you had this entertaining time where for an hour or two you got a slice of their life.
When my mind was very the mind was very dense, then I couldn't stand any movie. Like whatever I saw, it used to push some buttons, and either very good movies or bad movies, or I found myself incapable of watching them. But now, like when the mind is much lighter and there's no superior or inferior attitude, so I'm just able to
Yes.
go
with
through
it.
them,
Yes.
go through any movie. And it's just forgotten. Maybe it lingers for a while, and if it was extra beautiful, and then that too is kind of gone.
Let go.
Yeah, so I felt that the movies are actually very powerful and divine.
Yeah.
You cannot enter them if
Yeah.
the mind is very strong and trying to personally, it's trying to direct.
Now you can replace the word movie in everything that you said and replace it with life.
Yes.
And it fits perfectly.
Yes. You have to be some kind of a actor. You simply have to have that Leela element. Otherwise, things become so very, very dense.
Yes. You see actually that this play is just happening.
it's not about movies.
Yeah, you have to leave soon.
So every time I come up, like something wants to say, I don't know if it's this habit of wanting to say something, just bring it out because it's like something doesn't want to settle. You know, like it doesn't want to let go. Like the seeking or not. Like I don't know. It feels like something is still.
Nothing is still anything. What is still what?
I feel like something wants to stolify.
Something wants the.
Of this.
How does the story end? What is the glorious ending?
There's no ending. It's just making a story. It's like.
It's not even asking for the ending.
I feel like something just wants to talk, and it's coming out of habit. I feel like that. Like it's like still not settled. Like it feels not.
Talking is just happening. Talking is just happening. The mind says, oh, maybe because the talking is happening, then something must be there that still wants to talk. You see what I'm saying? These post facto conclusions, what you're talking about in the beginning of satsang, was just like this. The mind is just always making conclusions. Oh, you come to satsang and always you start saying something and then you say, I don't know what I'm saying, and you stop. So is it just something which is just wanting to talk? It's just the mind stuff. What is happening is just happening. There is never a trouble with what is happening. It is this judge which is sitting over there and concluding that maybe this is still happening, maybe this is what is happening. Forget about it. You've not been there, you've not seen last 2 times satsang. We've been saying about movies again. This is becoming very movies satsang. They said, these American gangster movies where the Italians are Robert De Niro and Pacino. Huh? No, these are gangster movies. Gangster movies. And there's the Italians who have the gangs, they'll say, forget about it. It is very, I like this phrase very much.
It helps. It really helps.
And someone has written to me actually saying that they've just been hearing this, forget about it. Anything which is coming up, they've been hearing, forget about it. We should find in one of the movies maybe Robert De Niro or somebody singing. That will be much more powerful than me saying.
Something else that was coming up, sharing with you this morning. Like this one here used to be like very manipulative about everything, and now it's like last few days there's been like no, like this body can hardly move. It becomes like that, and like no, I don't want to cook. There's like something was worrying here because it's like it's not like that mom or whatever that those identities can come. It's more of an energy that comes. The story could come with it, but sharing with him, and there's this. I really don't know anything. I always come to that conclusion, and I don't know what's going. Like something wants to figure out what's going to happen, what's happening. Are you doing it right? Like.
Yes. And something says, no, don't tell me that. Because this means something. It doesn't.
Something about letting go. It's like
Yes.
no, please don't say that.
It's almost louder when you don't say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost louder when you don't say it.
This is not believing your next audio.
Yes, exactly.
So I think you exponentially condemn your satsang time.
Yes, and you'll be very happy. Can I have my wife back now? She was the most excited about. Because although it operates very subtly, the fact is that this is the whole play. If something is being said, forget about it. He says, no, not me. I'm special, you see. How can I forget about me?
No idea. Oh,
Even having an idea.
you are new.
Yeah. Do you
I
want
don't
to
know
know?
what all this is about, friend. I don't know what anything is about. And I feel like he thinks I'm mad. He said, all I say is this, and I start saying something and I just shut up. I don't say it, like I don't complete it.
Yes, you have to be a little mad to be free.
All I want to do is be here. It's all okay.
No.
Like the mind is you're going mad, like really, like something wants to believe it because it's like, I don't know. Why do I keep saying this?
Now even this,
So what?
even this, because even I've heard it for a while now. You've been saying, I just don't know anything.
Yeah, it's not
So then now,
comfortable.
oh. It's not. It's become very
I
comfortable.
don't know what. Shut up.
Even this we don't know. That's exactly what I meant when I said that we cannot now come to any conclusions about anything. Because there is no right, wrong. Come. Okay.
Will you just up the temperature by a couple of degrees? I'm freezing.
Oh, you're freezing? Okay.
Yes.
You can turn it off. She's like, no. It's the time already.
I didn't cook today, so I'm just gonna eat out. I have no like. I'm so
What
drunk.
are you feeling about all this?
I'm looking for conclusion.
Either way.
Seriously, I mean, I definitely see some change sometime, but sometimes I don't feel it. Right? So I personally don't have it. She keeps thinking that I might have it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to hear you speak. Because mostly with what happens is that we feel, oh, he might say I've changed, I'm not looking after things well enough, or I'm not whatever. But even if these thoughts come once in a while, they are satsang for him. But mostly he is okay. Mostly you're okay. Yeah, mostly. That's marriage, right? You can't have more than mostly is not to be expected.
Even without satsang, I was mostly okay.
Yeah, this is very good because I remember in the first conversation I had with him, he said, I said, are you suffering from anything? No, I'm fine.
It's here, I think. It's because I see the change.
Yeah.
And I've never not I'm not going to cope today. This is very new. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's really like this energy, this dizziness in the head, but it's not like a sick dizziness. It's just I can just sit in one spot and just sit.
Guruji says, no, after he went back to UK, he doesn't have to play like that for everyone. But after he went back to UK for a long period of time, was it 9 months or a year? He was just in his sister's house and he was just sitting. Because this, sometimes it can be that this assimilation of the discovery can play like this, that it takes some time to settle. So 6 months after I came from Thiru after the first time, I did nothing, no email, no work, nothing was happening. It was not moving. Then I sent that mail to Guruji. So it's okay.
Sometimes the body just feels like a rock. Like yesterday I was so drunk and I went back. I couldn't eat. There was no interest in eating dinner. Like just having the roti and just like what's good. It's all so new and how are you going to run with your family, your kid? But that just happens.
Yeah.
What needs to happen somehow happens.
Trust the grace which is bringing you to freedom, to be able to run your life as well.
It's just not running it, like the mind had.
It's stopped running maybe. It's still running your life.
Yes.
We have a lot of irrational fears, irrational expectations from ourselves, this feeling of approval which we were talking with Tarun about earlier, this feeling that there's so much about what others will think about me, all of this will get burnt. Imagine that you found your complete freedom, but you're left with this one thing, that you're still worried about what people think about you. Can it be like that? That's why I say that this doesn't mean that you become a rebel or something. You become reckless. It's not like that. It's just that even your own thoughts you're not so concerned about, or not concerned about at all. How is it possible to be concerned about somebody else's thought? And yet it is found that after coming to Satsang, with our own thoughts we are able to just let them come and go. But in front, they should not think badly of me. They should not think. This also has to be burnt out. Life will move in the most beautiful way. And there's nothing to hide or to show. Life moves with its own integrity. There was a few years back actually when maybe in 2009 or 2010, there was this feeling here that maybe I should create two separate Facebook profiles. One for my work profile and one for my spiritual. Because I had this thing that my spiritual friends will not accept my work life and my work life will not accept my spirituality. I went to this event, many of you saw photos yesterday of this event. And you know how many people said, we've seen some of your satsang and it's so beautiful what you're doing. And genuinely they were saying, not just lip service. Some also honestly came and said, we tried, but it's too difficult. We just didn't get it, so we left. But it's so beautiful, the acceptance which is there. So it is our own mind which says, oh, but these people, they're also work-oriented. What will they think about me? Also, the other side can come, that if my spiritual friends all see that I'm so involved with work and all this is still happening, what will they feel about me? All rubbish, all this. So life moves with a beautiful integrity in the way it is meant to. You don't have to, this burden of having to carry our responsibilities, the way it has to move, that gets thrown away. It doesn't mean that we become reckless or careless or rebellious. It can play like that also. Also, it can play like that, which is okay. But mostly, it just moves very beautifully.
It's been playing like I am very, very forgetful.
Yeah.
I can just leave something on the stuff talk and forget. It's not me, it was not the me. And so it's like, is everything going okay? Because I just forget.
This is good. So forget about it.
No, that's where I sometimes have a dilemma.
Yes.
So where is the now part?
Yeah. When this you seem to be, so what is happening with her is that when you discover your own presence, your own being, initially it can seem very intoxicating. It's like, I don't know whether you heard these stories of Krishna and the people around Krishna. When they came around Krishna, they would just lose their mind. They would just be just so much in love that, like she keeps saying, drunk. You get love drunk. So this can happen. But I don't feel God can move in such a way that, because you're love drunk on God, you can have an accident with your stove or something. I don't see any possibility of the grace moving in those ways. But it does happen that for a while we are so intoxicated in the love of God, and her name is also Radha. So intoxicated in the love for consciousness, for God, that all of this external world seems to lose its meaning. We seem to just be marinating inside, and everything outside seems to be forgotten. And then what is found is, after settling in, because this conditioned world, this body is still here, then after a period of settling in, then it's automatically, it's like the yin and yang, then it's in balance. It moves very naturally through all of this. And the sense that every now is so wonderful, every now is so wonderful, and we are so clearly present in the now, this will also come back. But we can allow her this little bit of time to enjoy this intoxication of God, and then it will settle. And it cannot be explained, these things. We have to taste it, and then we will. And it can manifest in very, very strong ways also. Manifest in very, very strong ways. Those who have a deep love for God in their heart, like those who have a deep love for Krishna in their heart, there are men who sometimes dress up like Radha and you can be taken to that extreme level. So this being love drunk on God is a very beautiful time, and it's actually blessing all of you. You might actually, to be in the presence of one who is so drunk on God, to be intoxicated by God, that itself, the presence of such a one is blessing for everyone that comes. I don't say this normally because then it has the potential to get to the spiritual ego somewhere. But it's a great blessing to have someone who's so just marinating in God all the time. It's so wonderful. I know it can be a bit strange for husband and wife relationship. It can be, but it'll all settle very beautifully. And you'll find a lot of the burden of expectations, burden that you should be a certain way, you should have this thing, all that will start. I don't know if it's already, but all that will also start falling off. And you will find that there's much more space in the marriage as you move also. You'll find a lot more freedoms uh, in the space which is made available to you. Is it starting to happen already or no?
Well, I just said that it's been suffering.
Yeah. But you'll find that usually relationships in the world are about need. I need this from you, you need this from me. And then we call that love. Actually, it's far from love, it's the opposite of love. And you find that this transition is happening from need to love. You find so much joy in your own life because there's more space. You don't have to constantly live up to somebody's expectations of you. What does sometimes happen is that if you have a partner who's in satsang, then they might start building up some spiritual expectations from you. That why don't you also come to satsang? Why don't you also, understand this? These kind of things. But those also weaken out. They also start dissolving. And you find such a beautiful relationship because there's just love here. There's no expectation. There's just so much freedom. Okay, let's catch up. And before Aparna comes, let me just catch up with the chat which I missed. Priya says this movie plays out and there is an actor there thinking they can control the movie somehow. The actor believes this, but there is nothing that the actor can do because he or she is part of the movie. Exactly. This one's videos I am posting now because she's still shy to share on Sangha of Being group. So I visit her page once a day and see if there's a new one, and then I go ahead and share it on the Sangha of Being page. So beautiful, isn't it? Some of you have seen it. Also, I want to see the Hangout recording from the other day. I'm sure it was very. And then Amaya said, Ananta, photos of your event saw Buddhahood. Just met chop wood, carry water in a way that makes it so accessible to all. A real paradigm shift was felt for all in this. Thank you. Thank you.
That was very surprising to my mom. She saw your photo.
Oh.
Said Ananta, and he's in corporate. Like she knows it, but I think surprising.
It can be a bit strange. And this was an event, so bright lights and all of that stuff.
Saurav Ganguly.
Saurav Ganguly. Aparna wanted to come. You can come, my dear.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste.
Today, this few hours back, this contemplation was picked up. That who is contemplating, because it's like I as consciousness is space, so space cannot contemplate. Okay, so if space cannot contemplate, and there is no person here, who is contemplating? And where is it all happening? When this started, immediately there was some fear, restless energy coming around, and something felt like even now my hands are sweating. Something like being swallowed or something like that, because there was no answer for that. But it was totally like a I don't know how to say that. Where is it happening? How is it happening? Nothing could go further beyond that. Like that. There it was stuck. I mean, there was no expectation of the answer, but it was so strong that. Even after coming here also, that the fear is coming, and there's so much of restlessness, I don't know what to say, but something is not right or something like that, it feels rather. So I wanted to check with you because last weekend there was so much of beautiful insights going on. I'm not saying this is something which should not happen. It's okay because this one automatically got picked up, and this is happening. But the question is, if space cannot contemplate, if the person is not there, body is not contemplating, who is contemplating? How is this happening? Where is this happening? All these things came up. So I don't know if you could just help me out with this one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So now you'll hear some words. Who's hearing them?
It's heard. No one is there to hear. It's heard.
Isn't it? That it is heard means that the process of hearing is happening. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel that it's very beautiful that you're looking at this, but not just who is contemplating, who is doing anything at all, who's experiencing anything at all. Then our contemplation itself becomes broader. Who is the doer? Who is the experiencer? And then we must look at the concept of space. We must look at the concept of space because I feel that that could be causing some confusion somewhere. So, when we refer to space usually in the world, we are referring to the three dimensions of space. Isn't it? Now, these three dimensions of space are present only in the presence of being. Only when consciousness is there, then these three dimensions of space is there. You see? So before that, this space is not there. But there is, just to use words, a deeper space in which being is allowed to be born. So when we refer to awareness as space, we are not referring to awareness as this spatial space. You see, we're not talking about length, breadth, and height. We're referring to that emptiness in which all phenomena is allowed to appear. You see, so we cannot understand this with the mind. The mind can only understand this time and space. The mind can only understand this time and space. But that where you are, that space, that emptiness, that nothingness, no mind can come close to it. You are that space which is present even in sleep. There is no phenomenal movement, no phenomenal existence. Okay? So consciousness actually is the presence, is the light of being. And in this light, then all time and space come into play. So we can say that consciousness is projecting time, space, and all that is moving in time and space. And if consciousness is projecting all this movement in time and space, then everything that happens in time and space must also be a doing and an experiencing of consciousness itself. Can any contemplation or any action or any phenomenal experiencing happen when there is no I am, when there is no sense of being? None of this can happen. And when it is present, all of this is moving. So then it must be this being, it must be this consciousness, must be this God who is the one doer of of all that is happening, including contemplation.
Sorry, brother. Even when I was doing the contemplation, because at that time I also I asked like the being is here. Being is I cannot stop being. So honestly, nothing. I understood what you said now. Nothing went inside. Um, uh, there's so much of restlessness coming in here.
So what you can also do is you can play this interaction back on the video recording, because it can happen like this, that so much noise is there, so much energetic movement can be there, some fear can be there, that it becomes a distraction from what is in satsang. So you can watch the recording also, but for now just don't resist any of this fear. You see, if this contemplation has triggered the releasing of some pent-up fear, of some fear of death or dissolution, this fear that, oh, I really don't exist, then we can say, oh, this is scary. But actually, it is the most auspicious. It is the most auspicious thing to happen. So let it play out. Let it play out. If your discovery that I am nothing, I don't exist, if your discovery of your non-personal existence feels like death, then let that also play out. It's completely fine.
Also, this doubt comes up. I am consciousness, and there is awareness which is aware of this consciousness too, right?
Yes. Yes.
And yesterday also you told in Satsang, who is check who is when you ask the question who is aware, who is checking, right? That also, when I was doing that, then the main doubt for me is I as consciousness merging with awareness is what is the ultimate thing has to happen. Okay? But
when consciousness is born, it is what is called the waking state or the dream state. Who gives birth to consciousness? If we cannot say, because only awareness exists, then we can say it must be awareness itself which gives birth to its dynamic aspect called consciousness. Then it is not consciousness or awareness which is saying that it is the merging back, which is the ultimate thing that needs to happen. Merging back happens every night when we go to sleep. So all that we've been saying in the last 2 days is that it is this consciousness which has the power of belief and hence becomes associated with concepts. It becomes associated with personal concept. So we call that associated being or the pretend person, the ego, whatever word you want to use. So all that is happening in satsang is that these associations are being dropped and being comes to the space of unassociated being. And also that you're able to see that you as awareness are the ultimate witness, which is witnessing the presence also, the consciousness also. But I don't recall ever saying that we must merge consciousness into awareness and that is the ultimate goal or something.
no, I heard somewhere, I think I've heard or somewhere or picked up from something, maybe from other, but now it feels like after hearing you, there is even no like consciousness and awareness, it's only awareness. Everything is emerging from there and it's going back there. So that clarity I got it. Thank you, Father. All these days I was thinking I'm consciousness and I have to merge there. You know, something like that. So that is why the confusion also was created. Like, why will I do that? Why should this happen? Why should God go back there if it is already there? Oh, yeah. So it just cleared up now. So there's nothing like that. Everything is this. That's it.
Yes. And this thing is that even consciousness is awareness. We come to this point, which is fully Advaita, which you see that even consciousness is actually just awareness. All there is this. All there is that. Whatever label you want to use.
Okay, then there's no need for contemplation also.
Yes, yes. Once you see it like this, then what is left to contemplate?
Nothing actually.
Just for fun.
Because last week, sorry, because last weekend when I had this experience and all, like insight coming, I felt that voidness in me, and then also suddenly there was emptiness. So when this was, and absolutely there was no mind, Father. Literally, I could see because there was no thoughts, nothing. And switching back again, it's not like switching back to person, but it's like a little oscillation here and there, coming back, and then again the thoughts coming and all. But even if the thoughts come, they don't bother much because I know it's not like, they're going to stay there or something. It feels like that it's going to hurt you or something, seeming thoughts like that. Um, Even the doubts also come. That see, this is where the confusion started. The thoughts were telling, oh, that merge has to happen, the final merge, like that, still not, you're still not there yet. So these things came up. So that's why these thoughts were linking up with the consciousness, merging with the awareness. So now that all these things has happened, so there's actually nothing to. It's a good story. Thank you, Father.
Very beautiful. But first, all of you are watching, so I want to point out that there is a subtle difference. Even when you say that there is no need for contemplation, some can say that from a space of complacency. That no, it's still coming from a mindy place where you're saying, no, I have understood and there's really no need and it's so just all Advaita. You see, it can be like this, where you say no need, or like you say now, you see, yes, all there is this. Consciousness is here, awareness is here. Who is here to merge them or any of this? Then the seeing is clear like this. Then it might come that no need for even contemplation. And then like this it is beautiful. So there is a subtle difference. Subtle difference in the, no difference in the words, but big difference in the meaning.
Then there is no end, no beginning, Father. It's like, what is there to end? There's nothing. There's nothing to end. There's nothing to start. Nothing actually. It's all is. That's it. I mean, all this distance is like there is a waiting thing going on. Okay, someday it will end. But what is there to end? Oh, it sounds so funny.
It's very, yes, because some concept like this, it can just be a simple concept like this has to happen. The merging has to happen. It's not happened. So I'm just waiting for that. You see, when we realize that even this is just an idea, it's nothing. Then all the waiting, all the expectation of some ending or something like this is gone.
All I can do is only laugh at myself.
Yes. Yeah.
How silly was I all these days? Oh my God. What was I now doing, Father? It doesn't make any sense to me now.
Very good, very good. That's why I say, isn't it, that whatever you might feel, just keep coming to satsang. If you feel I got it, you come to satsang. If you feel I didn't get it, you come to satsang. It's the most auspicious.
Thank God it was Satsang. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Father. Thank you so much. Love you so much, Father.
You too, my dear.
Ever grateful for this.
Very good, very good. And Bhagwati ji is here. Look at that. Been quite a while, eh? He says, Father, Nirmai cannot join today, but sends this. Please give him my love. I am here fully with him. My head is firmly at his feet. So much love to you, my dear. Thank you. So nice to see you in the hangout after a few days.
Namaste.
Must be quite a full-on time there, no?
It's crazy. It's really crazy. We've just come back from Sahaja now. We've just done the first forest walk. So I met Parvati this morning, and Anandi walked with us through the forest. She showed me the photo of you from her last day with you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all getting ready to enter silence there tonight. And just very, very busy place here right now. But just everyone's just dropping in today. So I just wanted to see you the last session we had.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. So happy you could come. And all my blessings to all of you, all my love to all of you. Have the most wonderful silence, most wonderful retreat at my father's feet. So much love to you. So much love.
We'll be with him this evening.
Yes. Priya has to go, she says. Did you come back from your LARP already, or you have to go there now?
No, I've come back already.
You came back. No.
I was there when you were away as well.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an interesting contemplation.
I'm sure it must have been.
It really is, yeah. Because when you're in the game and you've been in the game for a couple of days, and I was in a situation where I had about 8 people shouting in my face because my character's a bit difficult to be around, and and I found myself feeling like, hey, who's shouting at me? And I realized it's still the same one, even if they're pretending to be another one.
Exactly.
It's so funny. At the time, I had to contain my laughter, at seeing this, still having to pretend to be this, important person.
You don't want to be downgraded from priestess into some, some maid or something like that.
So, it's just so fascinating, the pretense. And, yeah, it was good. Yes, and I have to go. I have 6 workmen in my house.
Thank you so much.
I love you. I love you so much.
Shanti had to go as well. Shanti said, me too, have to sleep. Love you, Father, beyond the meaning of love. So much love to you too, my dear. Bhagavati ji also has to catch up with her works. So before we end, let's look at Satsang. I had this couple of things which she was sharing, and she was feeling that every time I look, I don't find the me. But does this prove that there never was a me? That's part of it. So this feeling that every time I check, I don't find, but maybe it was there in the past. And this feeling will go only as you keep checking. Because for you've heard the sun rising from the east and west example. So what happens is that the belief has been so long that the sun rises from the west. That when we check it's coming from the east, the feeling comes that maybe only today. Only today it's coming from the east, but in the past it was coming from the west. The next day you check and again east. Next day you check again east. Then that belief that it could ever have come from the west, then that dissolves. Every time you check it, there's no me. Then you come to this question, how could there ever have been one? And what did it look like? Where was it? In this, as you contemplate, you'll find that there never was. Everything is just exactly the same as it always has been. The ego has never really existed. So as you keep checking like this, it will be clearer. It's just a mind trick which is saying, but yeah, now it's not there, but how do you know? But the good news is that as long as it's not here now, you cannot suffer as a me now. Doesn't matter what was in the past or was not in the past. As long as you see there's no me here to suffer, then who is suffering? Nobody. And then you truly imbibe the difference between pain and suffering. Actually, I was saying to another one also the other day that sometimes when I see my children in pain, my feeling is that if only I had asked for this one siddhi, that all those I say no pain, no pain. Because the father in me doesn't like to see his children in pain. And I also know that if grace is preparing this ground for you, it must be for your freedom. And whatever happens, don't leave this inquiry, don't leave this question. There was another part, no? The question.
When I check, the doubt is that it's a mental deduction, that there is no me.
Yeah, so we could look at this together. So when I say don't go with any conclusions, deductions, inferences, they're just coming from the mind. So for you, it still feels like the looking is a mental process. So you're doing what? Niti niti. Not this, not. Even that is not required. Just look right now and tell me what is here. Appearance outside, then yes, inside. And I said and then her expressions. Not with this, I'm going to fail this exam.
I see appearances outside.
Appearances there. And to whom are they appearing? That we do not see. But the sense that I am here, that I am, is this perceived? Don't worry about how you know this. Is it clear that you are? That you are? It's clear that you are. What would you call this? Would you call it a sense or a presence of being? What would you call this? Or would you call this also an influence?
No, because say I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know how.
Yeah. So, yeah. You know you're here, or you're inferring you're here?
I think I'm inferring because I'm seeing appearances.
Therefore,
like
so
sense. Yeah.
yeah. So if nothing was seen, then would you not be here? Is it truly reliant? This can you stop being question? Is it truly reliant on the appearance, or is it just reliant on the presence of being itself?
I don't know because in this state there's always, even with eyes closed,
Yes.
there's something that sense, something being sensed. So I don't know.
So let's do this together. Can you stop being now? So when you say no, is it coming from the fact no, but all of this is still here? Is it that all of this is still here, or I am still here? And I am not? Yes, I know, but I can totally, because for 4 years I've struggled with this sense I am. So it's okay.
It's like I'm here because all of this is here. So I must be here.
Yes. So that which is here, because all of this is here, is what? When we check, what do we find? Is it just a set of eyes? Let's put it that way. You know what I mean, right? Is it just the witnessing which is here, which is aware of all of this, and therefore the witnessing must be here? Or is there a sense that I exist, I am? Okay, but the fact that the witnessing is here is completely clear.
There's something here that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because appearances are there, there is a witnessing which is present. Now, is it possible to look for this witnessing? Is it possible to find this witnessing? So an object is there, and there is a witnessing of it. This witnessing itself, can that be perceived? Let me check. The mind cannot help with this question at all. Yes, it cannot work it out. The mind cannot work it out.
I don't know how to check.
So I'll make it a simpler question then. Are you aware now?
I must be.
Yes, but that's an inference. So must be or should be or could be is an inference. What do you see? Or what do you know? Is your conclusion that I am aware only on the basis of objects that you are aware of? So, and then if there are no objects, you would say that you're not aware?
I don't know because I haven't experienced.
Yes, but you experience sleep. I do wonder if you get when I say that you are aware of your sleep state. Does it make sense when I say that?
Yes, I cannot say that I still seems I know I
Like let's keep it very simple. How do you know you went to sleep? So that means there was a difference between sleep and waking up. What is the difference? Appearances came. So before that there were no appearances. So who knew that there were no appearances before that? You see, otherwise what should have happened is that if you're not aware of sleep state, then appearances suddenly were very dark and now appearances are suddenly very bright. Because night became day. And humans would just live like that and say, suddenly once a day this happens where it's dark and then suddenly it's light. And the clock seemed to have moved forward. But is it like this? No, we say I went to sleep. So how do we know about a state called sleep state? There is no awareness of it. How do you know that I was sleeping and then I woke up? You say because first there were no appearances. So who knew this? I did. And then there were appearances. Who knows this? I do. So who knows that I was asleep and then I woke up? Huh? It's good to look like this, because many of these questions I've grappled with in my life in the past. It's awareness and sleep, questions like this. And then just in simple contemplation, it's so clear. So the one that is aware of sleep, that one is you or no? Who's aware of their sleep? Who's aware that there is something called sleep state? Is it another inference? No, because you say, no, I was sleeping and I woke up. It is clear to you, isn't it? There was no appearance and now there are appearances. Who knows this? And even we cannot say anything about time or space, anything in this state. Yet we know there was an emptiness of all, the state which is empty of all phenomena, including time and space. And then the appearance came with all of this. Who knows this? Is that one changed to the appearance of the waking state or the dream state? Is that one which is aware of sleep state, does that undergo any modification? Is this awareness changing with whatever states might be appearing? Do you change when a dream comes, when a dream goes? Who is aware right now? Is that which is aware not you? Is there something else which is aware which is reporting to you? Or you are aware by yourself? Now to see this, did you refer to external objects, internal objects? Or just was clear that I am aware?
Since I'm aware of stuff, so
Yeah. But we also said that is it coming from this voice of thoughts, which is reporting, yes, there's a box here, there's a table here, that makes us aware? Or are we aware by ourselves? Yes, but without any intervention from the mind, isn't it? From thoughts. Do we need to get the report from the thought for the existence of? Yes. Also, you are aware of the thoughts. Exactly. So that which is aware of thought, what is happening to this one when there is any appearance? Is that touched by the appearance? That which is aware of thought and the space between thoughts, can anything ever happen to this one? You said I am aware of my thoughts. So there is an I which is aware of X, Y, Z, whatever the content is. This I which is aware, is it touched by any appearance which might come or go? Does it have a preference that this should be my next thought or not? Does it have any attributes which you can point to? You with me? So that which is aware of thoughts, does this one have a color, any attributes, anything which you can say?
You know, I don't feel like I'm a bit spaced out.
Can happen like this. But you came to a very beautiful point, which is that you said, I am aware of my thoughts. So this one which is aware of thought is also aware of this thought and the space between two thoughts. Now, what can we say about this one? Does it have any attributes? So we're together till this point where we say that awareness of thoughts is here. This is seen or inferred. This is seen. Sure. So
One thing is I that I'm seen.
Yeah.
I'm aware of.
Oh, this is clear.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Very good. This itself is enough. So you are that which is aware of thought is also aware of no mind, which is the space between the thought. So is this affected by space or the next thought or whatever it might be saying? Is this one that is aware? Is it affected? You don't go to inference now. Check again.
Like I can't say yes.
Okay. And this awareness is here. This awareness which is aware of thoughts. Is it the same awareness which is aware of this awareness? Or is there a separate you which is aware that this awareness is here? You want to figure it out, it will be very daunting. To check is very simple. You say that this one thing I'm clear about, that there is awareness of thoughts. So this one that is clear about this one thing, is it the same awareness or is it something else?
can just say there are thoughts and I'm aware of it.
Now don't backtrack on this one. Because if you don't backtrack on this one, we are done. Okay? If you're clear that you're aware of your thoughts, then there's very little left to check. All that is left to check is this awareness. Is that not you?
It seems I'm aware that I'm aware of my thoughts.
Yes, yes. So the two awarenesses, you say, no, it's good. I'm not making a joke out of it because it's very important. So you say, it seems like I am aware that I am aware of my thoughts. So this, is it separate awareness? Is that which is aware that I am aware of my thoughts? Is it a different awareness from the awareness of my thoughts? Hmm?
Maybe in the language, I mean, I'm
Yes.
saying from the experience here, the mind is very clever to confuse us with the words. Actually, when we say, I'm aware of this, it means I'm noticing I'm aware of this. This sentence itself has the noticing. So when you say, when at times in the words, when we say, what is aware of this awareness, mind makes a game out of it. But when I say I'm aware of this, it's done. I'm noticing I'm aware of it. It's there on the inside.
Yes, this is very helpful what he's been saying about noticing. You notice that you are aware of your thoughts. And this is awareness. So instead of saying I'm aware of my thoughts, you can say you notice that I'm aware of my thoughts. That makes it simpler, right? So this noticing is what?
And it feels different to
Now?
that.
The only difference can be that noticing somewhat seems to imply about attention. It's okay.
Whenever the inquiry enters this realm, I find myself automatically switching off because I feel like that the question has absolutely no sort of relevance or interest to me, and whether I figure out, especially when when it comes to like awareness and who's aware and who's aware of who is aware, I simply find myself switching off. I don't know how to enter that question in a live manner. And all other pointings seem to make a lot of sense. But when it enters this zone, it's like completely paralyzing.
It happens for many actually, not just you, that when we start speaking very directly about awareness itself, then it's like, what's the point of this? Something just switches off.
I feel, how can this be irrelevant? How can this be the question that is the key to existence or to life?
To discovery of the truth, this is the most relevant question, because this is the pointing which is just like who am I? Okay? Now with who am I, what can happen is that it's a two-level process. One is the decluttering from also false identification, because you say not this, not this, not this, not this, decluttering, and then we say who is aware of all of this which I am not. So it comes to this point. But very few who doing the inquiry come to this point are able to assimilate it. They're just happy with that. I'm not this, not this, not this. But what happens is that till this discovery of who I am is made, then no matter how much we apply tools and we say don't believe your next thought, don't do this, till we have come to this discovery that I am this awareness itself, then none of this will stick, you see, because still it remains personal. The knowledge remains personal. All this pointing remains personal. So then we have the ups and downs on the spiritual journey. One day I feel very good because then I've not believed my thoughts, I'm not suffering, it's clear. And something strong event, something happens, somebody says something, and then again we feel like this because right now I don't want to follow the pointing anything, I just want to be me, you see. And then we're going through the ups and downs. But till it is clear that there is no me, and what I am is just this awareness itself, then you will find that just for fun, we then, just not to get confused again, we can use all these spiritual pointing, but truly I can never believe that I am a person. And this comes from this seeing, from this simple pointing, are you aware now? And sometimes the correlation is not also seen. You see that you can come to your true self-discovery and it sounds so great. And when I say I'll give you a pointing, everybody's like, wow. And then I say, are you aware now? Because it seems like, how did this help? What is the point? See, but when I say, are you aware now? What is happening? It's very beautiful what is happening. Because this is your only non-phenomenal experience that you can have. That I am aware. You did not see a phenomenal movement to confirm this. You see? So, although for the mind it might seem like nothing happened, what happened is that awareness was aware of itself. Not phenomenally, but it knows very well that I am this awareness, I am aware. So we bypassed all the mind tricks, inferences, obstacles, everything very directly and said, am I aware now? And then we can ask, so what was seen to confirm this? See, nothing. But can you confirm anything else like this without seeing anything? Not possible, really. Only this awareness of awareness itself is the only non-phenomenal experience you can have. But to the mind it is nothing, because nothing phenomenally was seen. Are you switched on or okay? She started by saying when you start talking about these things it switches off. It's good to just check again. So say, are you aware now? Yes. How you know this?
I don't know.
But you're sure?
I'm certain.
See, like this. Can we say this about anything else? Nothing else. Can we say that? We have this certainty. Of course, I am aware. I check now and it's just clear. I am aware. With nothing else. Everything else you have to check. Phenomenal. Check.
Without even the checklist of what awareness
yes,
means.
Without anything. Because we know ourselves already. So for everything else, are you feeling upset right now? Fine. Are you feeling whatever? Everything is a phenomenal experience except this one. That's why this question is so potent. Because you just say, who am I? Then all the stuff, not this, not this, not this, become very clear. But when it is supplemented with this just simple thing that you clear, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this. But are you aware now? Yes, I am. Can you stop being aware? No, I cannot. Is there any distance between you and awareness? Say no, there is. It is what is. Then you cannot really believe yourself to be just this imagined entity anymore.
For me, when I stop this awareness is very so like,
Yeah.
really clicked me. And when you're asking her who is aware of that perception also, mind initially like wanted to figure it out. But when I even like decided, not as I decided, but when I decided to even forget this question also, it just clicked like by default it is here.
Yeah.
And I can't stop it. So
no, but the very good thing is, even if mind is getting in the way, even if when the inquiry is happening and the mind is loud, it's getting in the way, it's trying to do its inferences, even then it is such a beautiful, auspicious process. Because what is unfolding is so rare. How many are looking directly like this? How many are even able to report that, oh, this is the mind which is making inferences? That itself is all just this contemplation like this. You know what? You will laugh at the concept of suffering soon. And then somebody will leave Satsang because he said soon, but it didn't happen. At least I didn't say a couple of days. Soon is good. Jenny says, Father, if there is time, can I inquire with you, please? Yes, my dear, you can come. There's always time for inquiry.
Namaste, Father.
Namaste. Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I don't know. See, it's like, oh, I just want to, I thought that was plugged in. One moment.
Yes.
So I just moved. I thought my computer was plugged in, but it wasn't. When I look, everything is seen, like in life, everything is seen as the same. It's just the sameness. There's the sameness in everything. It's just the sameness. And then when these inquiries, we start having this inquiry, then all these concepts of consciousness, being, awareness, they create a bit of confusion here, and that's what I wanted to inquire with you about. Like, do you know what I mean?
Somewhat, but we can look at it together. So we say that when I look at everything, I see that it's all the same.
Yes.
Is it all the same in terms of the content and the looking is all one thing? Or is it that all the content looks like one projection and the looking is outside of that?
Can you say that again?
Yes. So when we say that it's all the same, then does it seem like the entire content is all just one big projection and the looking is separate from that? Or does it seem like the looking and the content is all just one big mix?
I don't know. It's like the sameness is separate, not separate, but untouched.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm using these words because that's what is experienced directly here.
Yes.
That
Yes.
sameness is the untouchedness, which
It's
then
untouched
plays as
of the content of the or of the witnessing itself. What is untouched?
the content and the untouchedness are the same. So it's everything. So it's like it's not seen. It's not you know. It's like it's this.
It's okay. It's okay. We have time. Yeah.
Because the reason why I wanted to bring it to this experience here, because it's very easy to go into, and maybe it kind of bringing the two together somehow, because I know they're just words.
Yes. Yes. So let's do one thing.
Okay.
Let's wait for the next thought to come, and let's explore what we mean by one. Is it that we are saying that the awareness of the thought is the same as the thought itself? Or is it that the thought is appearing as some energy within this field of awareness itself? Or what is it that you see? Report from there, and then we pick it up from there.
The thought appears in the field, but it's still made of the same thing as the field. It's not separate as the field. It's the same thing.
Yes, yes.
So it's the same.
And yet, there is this ability to discern between when there is thought and no thought.
Yes, yes,
Although
yes.
it is unmoved, untouched.
Yes.
You see? And a thought is also made up of the same stuff. But
yes.
when a thought appears, it appears. We cannot say it doesn't appear because it is made up of the same stuff.
Yes, yes. No, it appears, absolutely appears.
Exactly.
It appears, yet it's made of the same thing.
Yes. And because we see that it is just an appearance, you can see that there is nobody which is affected by any of these appearances, whether they are thoughts, whether they are objects, whether they are feelings.
No, nobody is affected. Nothing can be affected by it.
So this me, which always felt that all this is mine or happening to me, this one is seen that it doesn't exist. Did I lose you? Or?
Can you hear me?
Yes, your face was frozen for a while. So.
Oh, sorry. My phone is ringing, so I think it might be affecting my internet. That's why. So then, if a wave or an energetic feeling of like a contraction that arises, that's always been taken to be then a feeling of me. But what's been seen is that that's just another arising in this, and it's just the sameness playing then as this. It's just the same thing happening, and then okay, well, that's just what's happening, but this, it's just it doesn't touch this.
Yes.
So this still remains unchanged. This can't move.
Very good, very good. So this is clear. So whether it be objects which are appearing on the seeming outside or objects which are appearing on the seeming inside, all of this is seen that they're just appearing. It's made up of the same stuff, and it doesn't actually touch anyone. There is nobody that's affected by it. Very good. So now the confusion can be between consciousness and awareness.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes.
Confusion can be between consciousness and awareness. So when I ask you, can you stop being now?
No.
Yeah? And how do you know this?
Because I am.
Because I am. And the one that is aware of this sense of I amness,
yes,
this one, would it be fair to say that this one is aware even of this presence I am?
Yes, that's very clear.
So, so all that we are saying is that this presence I am is consciousness, and the one that is aware even of this presence I am is awareness. Ultimately, all of it is made up of awareness itself, the same stuff.
Okay.
To unravel what is really going on in this appearance, we are using these labels. So the presence of being, the sense I am, is what we call consciousness. And we see that all phenomenal manifestation happens only when consciousness is here, isn't it? Like in sleep state, we do not see phenomenal manifestation including thought.
No.
So first there is I am, and then there is I am this, I am that, then there is time and space, then there is all the appearances which happen within time and space.
Yes.
So this awareness, which was aware of consciousness or the lack of consciousness in sleep state, this one remained untouched, unmoved through this presence or absence even of I am.
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, whatever might be appearing in any of these states cannot touch this awareness, which remains untouched. It's like that. So that which you are is remain untouched is the same as what you are in sleep state.
That's what you are. Yes.
And yet from within you, made up of you stuff, awareness stuff, is this dynamic aspect which you call consciousness, which we call consciousness. Is only the sense I am, the presence I am.
Yes.
You see, because in sleep there is no sense I am.
No. No. But still I am.
Yes, but as awareness itself.
Yes.
As the root
yes.
itself, and not the flower which arises.
Not the flower. Yes. Yes.
So this presence of being, which we call the I am, is what we refer to as consciousness. And that which is aware of even this presence of being or the absence of being, that is the ultimate, which we call awareness.
And this is this
Yes.
This
You can say whatever it is.
This is just this. This is just this.
Yes.
And this is no different.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yes. 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 But the subtle pointing that I want to point out in this is that very often what happens is that this is all that, or this is just this, is heard personally. You see, in this play.
This is all this, so this is all that. Yes. Okay.
It is heard personally. And it feels like, wow, this is very cool. This is very cool, I got it. All there is this. But it is not our living experience. We have not seen this to be this. We have just believed this to be this. Just like we believe the existence of the person, we have now believed Advaita. In the world, I'm saying very often it can happen with the so-called neo-Advaitins, which somebody was mentioning the other day. What has happened is, I am that, all there is this. You know, all these phrases can become part of the mental understanding, and this mental understanding itself then becomes a part of the personal identification, associated being.
Yes.
So
That's how. And do you feel that here, Father?
No.
Just checking. No, I don't know. I can't see. So that thisness is just this emptiness.
Yes.
Which is the same as sameness.
Yes. Yes, but this is the emptiness. So we say, just like deep sleep is empty, isn't it? Yet
Yes.
waking state comes from within this itself, and dream state comes from within this itself, isn't it? So this is what, although it is empty of phenomena,
Because even emptiness comes from this.
yes, so even the sense of emptiness comes from this. It is not even empty. Let's put it that way.
Even the sense of emptiness, yes, comes from this.
Isn't it? So they completely empty, sleep, and yet made up of this empty stuff is there so much fullness, this whole universe or multiverse. So it is not the phenomenal emptiness. So the mind can pick it up to mean phenomenal emptiness.
Yes,
It is
that's
much
just
prior to
no,
anything.
no. Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
we can say space, we can say space, but it is not the phenomenal sense of space that we are speaking of.
No, no.
It is that space in which there is actually nothing phenomenal and yet has the ability to be the unlimited, infinite space for all phenomena to appear. So, because we don't have words for these things, we have to use them. You see, we have to use
Yeah.
emptiness or nothingness or space. But it is
Yes.
prior to any concept of time and space.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's so great to inquire like this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can inquire into this so directly. We can look at these things.
It's really great also to like when it's kind of like in experience as opposed to a conceptual thing, like what is really it's a lived, it's totally lived, and the seeing is lived, and yeah, that's what feels like very much what seems to be happening here, where a lot of inquiry was I don't actually know what I'm saying, but thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And how do we know when it is a living experience? Actually, you know, but how do you figure whether you're just fooling yourself? Is that when it is living experience, then you don't have this tendency to go and debate Advaita. You see, once it becomes that awareness is your living experience, then you don't have this impulse to go to Facebook and have these Advaita debates with people and say, no, this one is pointing more directly or that one is pointing more directly, and this is this is true, this is not true. All this just playing the way it's meant to play. There's no tendency, no feeling to go and say I am right or he is right or she is right. None of that is.
Because Father, it's the same thing, just being it's all the same. That so they're all it's the same source, just expressing in different ways. That
Exactly.
It doesn't actually matter. It really doesn't matter. Like more and more it's seen, it doesn't matter. It's just another form appearing, singing a different song. But it doesn't matter about the words either, because it's all the same.
Absolutely.
And like any experience, like even like I can see in yeah, it doesn't matter.
Father, can I say something, please? Sorry, but what we're talking to Jaylee, there is something, sense of lostness here now. It's like everything is in this awareness, then whatever is happening here, where is it happening? That kind of question is coming now. I don't know if it is right to ask that question also. I don't know. It's totally it's gone. Like it's not gone as in like how, where. Do you understand what I'm asking, Father?
Yes.
Where am I? Where is this all happening? If everything is emptiness.
Yes. And it can seem a little confusing, it can seem a little fearful, but welcome these questions, welcome this contemplation. You see? Because you are coming to this seeing that none of this has ever happened at all. You see? It is impossible for any of this to have ever happened. But this cannot be explained to you. With the way you're going, you yourself will be reporting this. This is one thing that, we've tried to demystify everything here. We've tried to demystify everything: consciousness, awareness, ego, idea, attention, belief. But we cannot demystify this. We cannot demystify this insight which will be yours, which is that none of this has ever happened at all. Because this is so far from the mind. Just will not fathom this. At least so far, I can say that I have not found a way to demystify this one.
Can I ask you? Usually like right time.
Yeah.
But like so like that everything is an idea, okay? And like nothing ever happens. Well, I think I read somewhere that it didn't even happen as an idea.
No, yes.
So like so it's saying that the idea never really happened in truth and like but still the idea is there as a you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. And that's why it becomes unexplainable. Okay? So when I hear that when I say that none of this has really ever happened, then the mind will come in and say, okay, but yeah, he means it's just a dream or just an idea, but not even that. It is not even a dream. It is not even an idea.
So I can say that like yeah, I can say that it's an idea, you know, and like in like it's not really there.
It's happening and not happening at the same time.
Yeah, so that's saying, but like I think you're right. Maybe it's in like the quantum miracle or something. I don't know what the word for it, but it's like I don't know if it's like a different thing, but it's like even the idea is not there.
Not
there. And I see that like that it's not there, but it's there as a so it's something else like I don't know.
Yes, what will happen is that the not there part will just grow and grow and grow. And the there-ness of it will fade and fade and fade. So when if someone were to ask me what would you pick, that this stuff happened as an idea or it never really happened, I would say it never really happened.
So not even as an idea.
Not even as an idea.
So it just means that the idea like fades like or something.
It was just like a not even we cannot even say like a daydream, or not even as a daydream did it happen. And this I cannot tell you what needs to happen before you can report this, what insight will come and what will it look like. You just know in your heart that this is true.
Somehow I kind of know, but there's still it's like not like.
But this sense of knowing will become stronger and stronger and stronger. And this one which says, but makes no sense, this will become weaker and weaker. This is the only one I can't explain better, actually. I feel. Of course, you might feel that everything else also I don't explain too well. But for myself, when I hear the words coming from here, I feel that this one I'm at a loss to explain.
For me,
Can I?
You can go for it.
For me, like it always happens like when I inquire. The point is, like the end result is it's this only. I can't give a word. And only thing which comes out of the mouth is it's by default. By default, I always use this word by default because there is nothing I can explain more by default. So, but like you say, are you aware now? But when I ask the other question, like, can I stop this awareness? Then it is very clear to me. For my case, talking about my case. So I'm just asking, am I confusing it with consciousness? Because you asked the same question, like, can you stop being? So I can't figure out the difference because that by default is very common. For both, it is common. Consciousness and awareness by default is common. So I can't figure out whether it is consciousness or but certainly not mind. Certainly not social.
Can you stop being? Is just makes it so clear that beingness is here, not stop. Okay? And then, are you aware now, or who is aware even of this being? So you say, I am aware of this being. I see that the presence is here. So there is awareness which is prior to being. I am aware of sleep state and I am aware of waking state. Even the absence of being and the presence of being, I am aware of. But very often I also ask this, isn't it? That when I say, are you aware now? And you say yes, I say, just turn it off for a minute. It helps.
Only like this. And it's here, like by default, it's here. It's the only thing I can say about it.
Father?
You can say it.
So when you speak, nothing has ever happened. That's been seen, and exactly what you said to Amba, and it's unexplainable. But it's not an experience either, so it can't say that it's in my living experience because it's not in that experience. But from that deep knowingness, then this cannot be really believed to have any real substance.
Yes.
Yet, does that make sense?
Yes. Because it is only after that. Well, I was going to say it is only after that you can see it as an illusion, that what is playing out here. But even that is not very accurate. Actually, let's leave it at, we cannot really explain anything about this.
and also that deepening of that almost, it's not even a seeing, actually. It's not even a seeing. It's just it's not that. It happens by itself. It doesn't seem to be a byproduct of inquiry or anything. There's nothing this so-called one can do for that, in that deepening. And so that when I listen to others teachers saying things like inquiries just for this character, there's something that can actually resonate with that, because it's still, maybe I should just keep quiet.
No, it's okay. But
it's still it has nothing to do with it.
But can I say that for me it feels like inquiry clearly just for being itself.
Yes,
being associated as a person and now getting unassociated through the inquiry. Yes. Because then to presume that it is for a character would give more reality to the character than it deserves.
Yeah. But that's still in the realm of the happening.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to.
Actually, the only question I can ask, which is the pointer to beyond the realm of happening, is, are you aware now?
Yeah.
That's why I find it so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Father.
Non-happening, non-phenomenal experience.
There seems to be there seems to be this knowing that nothing is happening. It's not even a knowing, or nothing has ever happened. Here, that doesn't even seem to be connected with awareness. And I don't know if I'm missing something, if something is missed in that. With this, with maybe.
We didn't get what you said, my dear, because your internet was a bit patchy during that time. Nothing has ever happened, is what?
This is where confusion comes. Like, there is no there's nothing to do with awareness.
Yes.
Okay.
All doing is post the birth of being, because all doing is phenomenal, and the primal phenomena is the being itself. So, as awareness itself, which is completely non-phenomenal, then how would doing be possible for something which is not even phenomenal?
I don't know if I'm able to express this, if I'm expressing it properly, but this is like, maybe I must just contemplate more and then bring it back.
It's very beautiful that we can contemplate these things, because it's so far from domestic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So beautiful we can contemplate these things. I'm so happy that we have this opportunity to be able to get together like this using the internet and come together and really get to the root of this, because these contemplations, I say, are the contemplations of sages. And not even in many books, in the scriptures, in the best scriptures, you don't have answers to these contemplations. These insights which are coming are so beyond anything which is available in this phenomenal world.
Thank you so much. Keep quiet now, sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I enjoy very much when you speak.
So nothing is happening.
So this one, forget about. Because I know something in the mind gets excited about this, that nothing has ever happened, but then it's best to just leave it aside
It's
and
not
let
an
it.
experience. So how can unless it's an experience, cannot whatever is all that is happening here is not happening at all. And for awareness, it's not happening. For awareness that is not happening. Phenomenon is happening, but for awareness is not happening. It's the understanding. It is not. It is only a parent understanding, but it's not a full experience. So one needs to be totally established in awareness to make that statement.
You went to sleep.
Yes.
You were aware you went to sleep.
Yes.
You woke up. Yeah. So that one that went to sleep and woke up, what changed?
That it doesn't change.
That's it. You are that already. That which can report I went to sleep and I woke up, that one remained unchanged through the states coming and going.
So the play is not even what the. But it's from the awareness it's happening, and the awareness is saying it's not happening.
So forget about the not happening for some time. Yeah? You say that awareness remains untouched through the movement of all phenomenal happenings. Is that okay? Let's stay there for a while. This itself is good. The one that is aware of sleep is the one that is aware of waking state, is the one who is aware of dream state. Now, whatever might be happening in any of these states, this one remains untouched through all the states which are coming and going. And you are that one. Not just okay, it's very good. This is what is called freedom from this circle of life and death or Maya.
The phenomenality is also watched.
Yes, of course.
There doesn't seem to be any difference in the phenomenality. The body's playing its own game.
Yes.
But it's disturbing.
To who? Only the dream character.
Only to the dream character.
Not to the watching.
So when the watching is clear, then you won't be interested.
The watching is always clear.
Watching is always clear. But the person idea is come.
The person idea is being believed in by God himself, by consciousness itself.
That should change.
Don't believe your next thought. What is unsatisfactory in this pointing? Because I sense a lot of dissatisfaction every time I say don't believe your next thought.
But phenomenality is sometimes troublesome.
Not the phenomenality is troublesome. It is our belief in some concept about what is appearing which is troublesome.
And the person is not there, then there's no problem.
There never is a person there except a belief.
The person is not there. Yet the feeling, all the feelings are sometimes not right.
Feeling can come. Without our interpretation of what the feeling is or whether it should be here or not, is feeling itself a problem?
There's no problem. There's no problem. Everything
Here, you mean in Satsang?
In Satsang. When you go out of the real to the world outside, what we see from outside, you respond with your perception. All perceiving is happening, and sensations are going on, and things are not changing. Bodily disturbance happen with the perceiving. We don't like that stability in that.
So, somebody many years ago, maybe 12, 13 years ago, had the same question for Guruji. That I'm here in Satsang, everything is fine. But then when I step out of Satsang, then is where the problem starts. So you know what he did? Some of you know this, you've seen this video. So he said, okay, can you go to the kitchen? It's still there, the presence of Satsang. The person went to the kitchen and said, yeah, it's still there. And can you go to that room then? You see, the presence is still there. The presence is still there. Then can you go to the garden? The presence is still there. Yes, the presence is still there. So he said, you go outside and you count after how many steps the presence of Satsang stopped. So this one went outside, went go for a walk, come back in 10 minutes and says, it's all the same. So unless we are believing that it is different, it is actually all the same. You can also do when you get in your car, see now, at what point, at which floor did the presence of Satsang stop? And you see that you never leave actually. And somebody asked Papaji the same question, beautiful video. He said that, Master, when I'm at your feet, everything is so beautiful, everything is fine. But when I go into the marketplace of this world, then all this trouble starts. You know Papaji what he said? He said, why do you leave?
He also said that.
Don't. What does leaving mean? What does leaving mean? Let's explore this. What does it mean? It is that already if you are in Satsang, then already something is pulling you. Already something is pulling you. Oh, what my work, I have to pay this bill, I have to send this email, something. You see? So, but in satsang, when you're here, you allow yourself to let that go. And say, I'm here in satsang, let me just be. But when we step out of these physical confines, then we allow ourselves to go along with all of that. That is how we leave the feet of the master. So if you don't leave, then
Tendencies can be there.
yes,
Can be there. No,
yes.
no problem. Only the mind will interpret. You want to eat some nice food and this thing and that thing.
Because what is the mind telling you now? Mind saying, oh, does this mean I can be reckless? Just eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want. That's fine. This is what the mind is painting. No? But what I am speaking of is the neutrality. It is not concerned with this or that, eating or not eating, drinking or not drinking, any other tendency or not. It is just allowing every moment, honoring every moment with whatever is appearing in that. It is not planning or looking for some permission to be able to indulge or some restriction to be put. That's why this satsang can be difficult, because neither am I giving permission to do something, neither am I putting a restriction on you from doing something. At least he should tell me, no.
Once you stay there, everything drops.
Yes, just moment to moment, whatever is coming, we are honoring that.
Everything is burned in that. Gradually, everything is burned.
Yes, yes.
Because in a sage, there is you will not be any bad tendencies.
I have not met a sage who doesn't get angry. Is that a bad tendency or no?
Yeah, I read somewhere that if Papaji's wife used to say, I couldn't trust that the things that come through him could, I couldn't even.
No, and also in our stories you can see. No? So now Ram was an avatar, not even sage, avatar. Then Sita was taken away from him by Ravana. Then he cried on her. Jesus is the Son of God, closest to God, closest. No, it is said. And he was put up on the cross. And what did he say? Oh Father, have you forsaken me? Is it possible for Father to forsake him? So when this conditioned birth in this realm has been taken, then some conditioning is bound to play out. It is only ideas that sages should be like this and God should be like this.
I was very surprised when I read Bhagavan get angry.
Angry, yes.
So terrifying his anger would be that people would feel like running out of the room. And some would even get fever, like one pointed remark from him. I know what you are. And that could cause fever, but it would also cause a great cleansing, because he was like touching that.
Exactly, pushing the button.
Came transferred, like you're holding very, very close.
It's very good to be able to share these stories openly. Otherwise, we only say you're just in bliss all the time, and then we say, but here, bliss is far, so I cannot be. It just causes more separation, more distance. And this thing which bothers you, don't worry about it. All these physical tendencies, it's okay. It has nothing to do with your freedom.
I'm happy that things are moving good. Something is working that way. Still, let's try that.
Because this button, the mind keeps pressing things like this. Anyway, so I remember I went to 2 years ago, 5, 6 years ago, we went to Thiru with an old gentleman who had just lost his son. So he came along to Thiruvannamalai. Just him and his wife, Garima and me, we four of us we went. I remember the kids were there. So we came out from the meditation hall. We sat, we had a beautiful time in the meditation hall, came out, and he said, I want to share something with you. I felt he would share something about his grief for his son. So he came out and we sat together, and he said, I want to tell you that my desire for sex just follows me wherever I am. Inside the meditation hall, such a beautiful time we were having, and then this girl came in front, all was lost. I was just thinking about sex after that. So we were sitting together outside in the Ramana ashram, and I told him that it's okay, don't give any belief to this, because what happens is the mind plays these trump cards just when it feels that it is in trouble. So it'll create these visuals, it'll bring all these tendencies to the fore. But if we just allow them to come and to go, just without making a judgment, why am I still like this? This by now, this should have gone. All this. Because so much shame can be attached to these concepts. It's nothing. It's really nothing. It's very good. At least openly, then he was able to share with me. This itself was a very good release. In a long, long time. Okay.
May I talk, Father?
Yes, my dear. Just for a minute, because we have to run.
Just for a minute. I don't know what to say in a minute. Namaste ji. Thank you so much. In a minute, I don't know what to say, but I'd just one small check up. Every day, one thought will come, and it will take a whole persona the whole day. In a lot of like a fear stuff, something like I'm scared of people, or I'm scared of society, or something I have done, something like guilt type. So it goes on for a day, and it just makes me more sick. So I felt like I would like to expose this, even though it's very sensitive. It feels like I want to hold it. I want to not share anything. But I know this is just a thoughts running, but there is some kind of energy, I mean, like identity stuck with it, like as a societal fears, exposure and also inclusion. Yeah.
Very good. If you use it in satsang, it's the best way to be rid of something.
Yeah. See, yesterday was one topic, one group of people, or one set of stuff, and today was another thing. And I see that energy is the one which blocks my ear and my heart, and my heart is like covered now. Before I could see what you were expressing with other beings, that how we come see ourselves as awareness, and through awareness we are all one. I have seen that, but now I don't see it anything. So will it come back? That's my another concern was.
It's not gone anywhere. It's not gone anywhere. Even the question of it coming back will not arise, because are you aware now? You will also always answer in yes.
Yeah.
Then where is it gone? If you're able to say yes to the question, am I aware now? Then it is awareness being aware of itself as awareness. The mind can seem like it's not stimulated.
That glow is not there. That glow and that joy is not there. That doesn't come now. That was
That's okay. That's completely fine. Let the glow go, let the bliss go, let the joy go, but this being will not go. And this one that is aware even of being will not go. So let all states which are coming, let them go because they have to go anyway. And we are not to be attached to any state. Let all states come and go. You will discover your freedom is that which is unconcerned about any state. You see? Then you will discover the deeper joy, the deeper peace, the deeper love, which is not dependent on this phenomenal appearance of joy or peace or bliss or anything.
so. I don't know how to ask something like it's coming, but I don't know. It feels like, so why am I experiencing like this? Like first I had full insight, and then it's again like all these stuffs are coming up, and I'm feeling more sick, and then with sickness my head is like in a cloud. And it's like never ending. And as you said, oh, if I want to die, if it's the death is this one, and if I die this one, then I have seen who I am. So will it be? I'm not in a part of cycle of birth and death. Then I'm like I've passed it, isn't it? I don't know.
Yes, yes. Once you see that I was not here as an individual entity, all that is here is consciousness, God, and I am aware even of God. Then the cycle of birth and death is a game that God is playing. There is no individual me who is part of any cycle. You see? But till we keep identifying as an individual, it seems like the karma, the forces of karma come into operation, all of this comes into play, and leading the life of this imagined individual, we might go from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime and trying to come to this discovery of who I am. Now that you've discovered who you are, and you find that God is just a part of me, and everything moves with the will of God, then only through your will you can decide to come back and play, or you can decide not to come back. It means nothing. Actually, the coming back itself is not it's not that this realm is here and you are coming and going. This realm is coming and going inside you. So the world has it, the mind has everything upside down.
Yeah. Why does it brings all the shits to me? I don't know. Sorry about my word. It just brings me like I'm fearful of something, and then how it cripples me in there. And I know it's not, and sometimes it trigs me that, oh, it's just the mind's play.
We do not, usually what happens in the world is that till we are put in a corner, till we run out of moves, we never truly explore who we are. So what you're calling something which is negative, that actually is grace, because it is putting you in a corner and forcing you to look every time. It's forcing you to look. And you say, no, I figured it out, now I can go into the world. No, sickness, here I come. Look more. Then you say, no, now I found a way out of some energy. You say, take this new one, sit and look. Because what is it that you can do which is the most auspicious? Is it something in the world? You'll go out there, you'll make some friends, or you'll make money, or you'll do something. Will that help? Is it that more auspicious than coming to this discovery of what we are? No. But because we are so used to listening to the mind, our temptation is to move outwards, you see. In life, sometimes grace has to move in this way that it forces us back inwards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see this pure
Very
grace.
clear. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's like from childhood I had this question, who am I? What is my purpose? And how am I to attain this? And I had the answer, who am I? But I didn't experience it. Now I'm experiencing it. And what is my purpose? And the purpose will define from knowing it. And then no one ever explained us who am I until I came to know Muji.
Yes.
So now it's, yeah, everything is now running in the world now. Thank you, thank you.
No, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much.
I have to lock myself in the room and not leave out. Is that?
Don't even have to do this. Life is figuring it all out for you. What needs to be.
Having you in my life, Guruji, it just makes no sense now. Thank you so much. With my love, with my heart full.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Okay, before we close, let's just see if I missed. Very happy Amaya is also here today. Are you hearing the audio live, my dear? Or are you hearing from the YouTube? You're hearing it live. Very good. Huh? It's okay? Aloha. So much love to you, my dear. Oh, so happy you're here. I saw a chat from you on this window. I'm so happy to see that you're inside. Okay, let's see if Ram is ready with the invocations.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa, Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramya, sarve putrani pashantu, ma kasyit dukhabhag bhavet. Asato ma sat kamiya, tamaso ma jyotir gamiya, mrichur ma amritam gamiya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai.
Thank you also very much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji Ki Jai.
Jai.
Also, I wanted to say that now, starting from tomorrow, all our satsangs, except the one on the 31st, so except the one on Friday, all the satsangs till the end of the retreat will be at the same time, 11 a.m. There will be no evening satsang, so that there is no clashing of timing between the retreat and satsang. Maybe we can post on the opening. You already did? Yes, yes. Big thank you to Ram for moderating, being the youngest moderator.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
good, my dear. Very good. I'm sending all our love and blessings to you. So happy to see all of you in the Hangout and on YouTube. And all of you who are attending the retreat, whether in person or online, I'm with you in your heart. You have the blessed retreat, wonderful days of silence. Just go as children. Just go as innocent children. Don't go to get something, to want something. Just show up as little children. It'll be very, very beautiful. Okay, my dear, we can end the broadcast now.